And I'm Georgie.
And we're the Happy Vegan Couple. Back with a quick and easy, and this is really such a delicious soup recipe. Georgie, what are we having?
It's potato cabbage soup. I'll tell you what, it is just so good. We get it from this recipe book from Loving Spoonfuls here in Tucson, Arizona. It's a vegan restaurant, and it's one of our favorites that we like to go to. I just want to say it is delicious. We've made it several times now, and it's like our new favorite soup. So
yes, and I want to share with you just a little bit of the powerhouse nutrition in this recipe with the potatoes and the cabbage, and I'm going to share that information from Dr. Greger's How Not to Die.
Of course.
Of course. Now, you may have this book already, but I know it's going to be taking people like a lot of time to get through it because it's just such an incredible reference book with all those studies and all those facts. So let me just share with you a little bit of one of the studies that he talks about that has about these ingredients, particularly the potatoes and the cabbage. And this was in a little section where he talks about the top cancer-fighting vegetables, because none of us want to get cancer. And if you do have cancer, you want to make sure you eat your veggies, and raw veggies is really one of the powerhouse ways if you're dealing with cancer. Yeah. So, Dr. Greger cites what he calls an extraordinary study published in the journal Food Chemistry, which pitted 34 common vegetables in vitro, so that's, in the test tube or the little Petri dish, and they looked at it against 8 different types of human cancer cells. And what did they find out? 6 vegetables, which includes potato. The other ones were orange bell pepper, English cucumber, radicchio, that little red stuff in your salad greens, jalapeno, potato, and beetroot nearly halved cancer growth in those Petri dishes or those test tubes. So potato halved cancer growth. And then he also suggests, like, if you're standing at a salad bar, with all those choices and you're trying to decide what are the best things to put on your salad, maybe you don't have unlimited choices and you have to choose. He says, what do you want to choose for your toppings after you've chosen your greens? And he says, well, of course you're going to want to choose, if you can, some beans, berries, and nuts, because those are part of his daily dozen foods that you always want to get. But then, what does he say? Of all the vegetables tested, a couple had the most cancer preventing potential. And what were they? Cabbage was one of them. The others were Brussels sprouts, cabbage, curly cabbage, or kale, and from the onion family, garlic, green onions, or leeks. He says if you eat any of those, you get a gold star. So those are the vegetables that have the most cancer-preventing potentials. And he finally ends this little section by saying, the researchers of this wonderful study say, the inclusion of cruciferous and allium vegetables in the diet is essential for effective dietary-based chemopreventive strategies. So, we're about to show you how to make this recipe. Go get your ingredients and try it out. And you know what? One of the things is this recipe really tastes even really good the next couple of days. So that's really great. And the one other thing we're going to just tell you, we're leaving the salt out of the cooking process because we know some of you don't want to eat salt, particularly those of you who are following Dr. John McDougall. Dr. Greger doesn't like to use salt, so go ahead and salt it at the table if you do use some salt. Not too much, but a little bit, it could be a flavor enhancer, but it won't be in the ingredients as we post it. No oil, no added sugars, no salt. Very heart healthy in all kinds of ways. Okay? Ready to go start cooking?
Let's get going.
All right.
Be back in a second. Okay, everyone, let's get started on this potato cabbage soup. I'm telling you what, this is like my favorite soup now in our little grocery list. And I have a half a head of cabbage green. I have 4 cups of the organic little fingerling potatoes. I have 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and you can use a white vinegar. It doesn't matter. Either one will work out just fine. I have 4 teaspoons of dried parsley. I have caraway seeds, 1.5 teaspoons. That's what's going to give it most of its flavor. I have 1.5 cups of chopped carrots, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and I use the grinder because it gives us so much more flavor of the robust flavor from that pepper. For the sauce, we're going to use 1 cup of cashews, raw cashews, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutritional yeast, and I'm going to use 3 cups of water to make that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce, and while it's blending, I'm going to chop up some of the vegetables that I have to show you what I did. I'm going to drop in the cashews first, 1 cup in 3 cups of water, 1/4 cup of the nutritional yeast. This take about maybe 30 seconds or something with a Vitamix. If you have a regular blender, soak your cashews for a couple hours and it'll blend up a lot smoother. This is going to give it the creaminess for the soup with these cashews and the nutritional yeast. It's going to give it that robust flavor. Okay. That sounds good there. Okay. With these potatoes, what I did with these potatoes first is all I did was cut them in uniform pieces. You can, like the bigger ones, you go ahead and cut them in half and just uniform pieces. That's all you want. The smaller ones, you can do different shapes, different sizes. I got a little small one here, 4 pieces. There you go. There's my potatoes. My cabbage, I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna show you a little trick with the cabbage here. There's the bottom of the cabbage where they cut it off of the stem. Just go straight down the middle of it. Okay, you have a little V here. You can see it in the light. Just take your knife like that. I just cut the heart out of the cabbage so the rest is able to be used.
All right, the sun is giving a little shine to that cabbage. Okay. I think we could see that.
Okay, so now all I'm going to do is just dice this up. Just slice it. That's all we need. Doesn't matter how big, how small, as long as it fits in your mouth, because this is only one size fits all.
Well, here's our human food processor right here, chopping it. You don't need that big machine, do you, Georgie?
No, we don't. Cabbage is great. It's got so many different vitamins in it. Sometimes you'll find a little piece like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is with my onion, I'm going to cut the ends of my onion off. Like that. Right on the side, just the first layer of skin. Just peel that. That first layer's got a little bit of a skin that's kind of tough on it. Okay. Cut it in half. Cut the little piece off there. Then we just dice it up.
Now, we've talked about wanting to try a red onion since there's actually more nutrition in the red onion, but we haven't done it yet. The recipe, calls for white onion or yellow onion, but we're going to try that. And if you're going to make this at home, you might want to try the red onion too and see if you can enjoy that flavor and get the extra nutritional boost.
Okay, there's my onion. Carrot. You can see how I got a real big fat side and a skinnier side. Fat side, I'll just cut it in half. Just uniform size. Always watch your fingers. And this, the smaller piece, I'll just cut it like that. You got different shapes. Kind of makes it fun. So, all right. So let's go ahead and stop here, and we'll turn around and take it on the stove, and we'll start cooking it.
All right, Georgie.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Let's get this mixed together here to cook it. First thing I'm going to do is I have an 8-quart soup pot with 3 cups of water in the bottom. It's starting to get boiling. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my carrots.
And Georgie, what temperature on the stove is it?
I have it on high right now to get it to a boil.
Okay.
I want it to boil so I can cook all my veggies. Onions. Everything's going in this pot all at one time. That's what's great about this little recipe. My potatoes. Mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, that's great. You don't have to do any sauteing of separate ingredients.
Nope.
Just a quick dinner soup.
Okay. Caraway seeds. Parsley. Vinegar. Cracked black pepper, fresh. The best there is. Mix that up a little bit. You can see how it's starting to shape up there. It's starting to look like a little bit of a soup.
And we're leaving the salt out of the cooking process and letting people add salt at the table. Because that's better since everybody has different salt needs.
My green cabbage, right on the top. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to cover it for 15 minutes. We're going to lower it about down to a medium so it's simmering. Actually, even lower than a medium. Just all we wanted is just a slow little simmer for 15 minutes. We're going to cover it 15 minutes. We're going to simmer it. We're going to come back. We're going to add our cashew sauce that we just made. And we'll reblend that and we'll be done. It's that easy.
Okay, be right back.
Okay. Okay, everyone, it's cooked for 15 minutes. My potatoes are falling apart. I'm going to go ahead and reblend this up a little bit, my cashew. Get a nice little mixture going again. Now, all I do, pour this mixture inside here.
So it's just pretty thin, huh, Georgie? I mean, how do they know when it's ready?
It thickens up as it cooks. We're going to cook it for about 5 minutes.
No, I mean, how do they know when the cashew is blended enough?
Oh, blend it like 2 minutes. As long as it's smooth and creamy. If you have chunks in there, you need to blend it some more.
Okay.
Just check it. With the Vitamix, I just know that with a minute or two, it's done. Okay, I'm going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. It'll be done. We'll simmer it. We'll pull it over here and we'll give you a taste test, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, everyone. Here's my potato cabbage soup. As you can see, creamy,
really
creamy,
good.
creamy. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Tell us what it tastes like, Georgie.
I'm going to take a little taste here. Mix it up. The caraway seeds give it such a great flavor. One thing about the soup, the next day, it even tastes better. I mean, I don't know what it is, just the way things sit. Lunch for tomorrow is going to be great. And right now, this is delicious. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I enjoyed cooking it for you.
So there you have it, another happy vegan couple cooking video. Great food for your good optimal health.
All right. Potato cabbage soup. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Loving Spoonfuls, for giving it to us. What a wonderful recipe. It's one of our favorite soups now.
Yes.
So I hope you enjoy it.
And if you haven't yet checked out the Happy Vegan Couple Immersion Retreat video that we posted a few weeks ago, check it out. If some of you feel like you really need some support to become a successful whole food plant-based eater, Georgie and I are inviting you to come here for a couple of days and we will teach you and immerse you in our lifestyle so that you can be successful when you go home. So until next time, I'm Denise.
And I'm Georgie.
And we're the Happy Vegan Couple. Go plant-based. Recipe follows and will be posted separately. Bye, everyone.